Hey guys, this is Lieutenant Dan coming at you with another update to my map. Okay, listen, I know I said the last time it was going to be a short video. This one will be, and I really apologize that I have more updates. I wouldn't have made the last video, but things happened. So I had ideas in my head, and I had a little bit of time before I had to print out my map. So I went ahead and put them in. So this is what I did. So if you remember, well, of course you remember, all of the shipyard icons, they're pretty much generic across all countries, across the whole entire map. And what I did is that I made it personal for each country. So for example, for the 2 slots for the United Kingdom, I put in, here's the King George V, and this is the battleship, and then I put in the illustrious aircraft carrier. And then if I come over here for Germany, this is the Bismarck. So I did that for all of the different shipyards. You can see like for Russia, they had a really old, I mean, they didn't have much naval capacity, as you know, during the game, but the battleship was a really old World War I vintage. They didn't have really any modern technology other than, I think, a battleship that UK gave them. But I put their battleship in there. Here's for Italy. I put in their battleship. I'm not sure which one it is, but anyway, I thought it was kind of neat to kind of put in a little personal touch all across. Even in the Japan, you know, they have their very distinctive aircraft carriers, so I put that in there. All right, the next thing I did, I was on the kick of doing all the silhouettes for the aircraft carriers. I had the Doolittle Raid. I just had the generic aircraft carrier, so I went ahead and grabbed the appropriate ones for the Hornet and the Enterprise, put them in here. So it just gives it a little, you know, just a little extra touch. You know, it's the old Lieutenant Dan touch. I like to have a little nice things added to the map to show that I went that extra mile, I guess. What else did I do? So, also, if I go into the Kamakazi areas, you'll notice I put the meatball on the side of the aircraft. I thought that was so cool. Went ahead and did that. I looked up the appropriate aircraft, and that was its location. So I thought that was just a little nice subtle touch to the map. All right, the next thing I did was a couple of the rules that I couldn't remember. So if you remember from the last video that I did a couple days back, I put in all the national objectives and the victory point symbols and things like that. Well, I went ahead and put in little, I don't know if you want to call them footnotes, or I don't know what they're called, but you'll notice like this little meatball right here just before the Marianas, and the meatball right here at the Guam. What that means is when the Kamakazi rule gets enacted, Japan has to be making, 36 or less IPCs, or the Allies capture or recapture 5 islands. And that's Iwo Jima, so you can see the meatball right there, Okinawa, Guam, Marianas, and the Philippines. I played around with different looks and feels, but this was just kind of the less obtrusive one that I came up with. I had, where I was coloring the numbers and stuff like that, but it just kind of stuck out too much. So I thought this was just kind of blended into the map. That's kind of one of those hidden things with the map. Now I know. There's always one of those is like, okay, which islands, and when I was playing the game. So now I don't have to remember. All right, in the last one that I did, I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. I thought this was pretty cool. You know, the Mongolian rule, right? So what I did was I put this red border all the way around. Thought it blended in kind of nice. Didn't overtake things. And then I continued out over here. And you see some crazy looking text here. So let me zoom in here. And this is, you know, I like to keep things really factual and according, you know, to what really happened. So what this is this text is in Mongolian, and this text is in Russian, and this seal right here is from Japan. And so the text means a neutrality pact in both Mongolian and Russian. And then what the seal is, when I looked up this neutrality on Wikipedia, this was the actual seal that Japan uses on all their official documents, like treaties and things like that. And it was a gold, it's made out of gold, and they would print with red text on the documents. And so basically I just found that symbol, and then I, you know, created an icon out of it. But I thought this was kind of neat. You know, it kind of shows the, you know, the neutrality pact between all the countries there. But I think it you know, really looked, I don't know, it really came out looking really nice. All right, guys, so that's it. It's under 10 minutes. We're at about 8 minutes. So what I'm going to do is in the next, probably tomorrow, I'm going to update the next iteration of this. I know that there were a bunch of people that pinged me from the last video wanting to download the latest BBR 3.0 map that you see here. Of course, if you have downloaded the map, because I gave you a link to my Google Drive, you will have the old version, so that it would have at the bottom, in the bottom right, it should say 3.0000 or something like that. This map will be, if I can get there, be patient, it'll have a 1 at the end. So that'll tell you that this is the latest one with all of the details that I've just shown you, including the ones that I showed a couple days back. So I think this version is a pretty tight version, and I don't know, I think you all will be pretty happy with it. I sure am. All right, I will call this video a wrap. Take care.